large UFO was spotted by multiple people in Colorado, and a whole lot more. We've got a lot to talk about today, so get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I'll talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe, and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Yeah, so this story is getting a lot of play. I've been seeing articles in the New York Post about it, and also Economic Times is talking about it. UFO spotted once again. Dark metallic disc reportedly spotted over Colorado amphitheater. Will NASA admit it? Well, that's always a good question. 12 witnesses spot UFO soaring above Red Rocks amphitheater hours after concert. No mistaking what this was. And here's the venue itself. Let's give a listen.
Red Rocks Amphitheater employees saw some sort of dark metallic disc fly over the sky about a mile from the famous venue. This was on June 5th. It apparently vanished after a few seconds. Of course, none of this has been confirmed by any sort of government organization. There's no pictures, no video, but Red Rocks Amphitheater.
Yeah, so frustrating there's no pictures or video. Nobody had a cell phone. Nobody ever has a cell phone. And yet, more than a dozen workers of the Red Rocks Amphitheater claimed that they spotted a dark metallic disc north of the amphitheater at around 1 a.m. on June 5th. They said that the object appeared to be several hundred feet long, hovered for 30 seconds, flew east at about 5 to 10 miles per hour, and vanished. According to a report submitted by the National UFO Reporting Center, the amphitheater employees said the large disc-shaped craft appeared to have 3 levels of windows. Very interesting. Not a drone or a satellite. Yeah, it doesn't sound much like a drone or a satellite. Anyway, but there you go. An incredible UFO sighting at a public venue. Very recently, multiple outlets are talking about it. Even though there were multiple witnesses, nobody got a photo or a video of this thing. I have to wonder why. Did the UFO prevent them from taking a photo or a picture of it? Or were they just so caught up in the moment that none of them went for their camera or their phone? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments below, but either way, a great sighting. Meanwhile, some stuff is going on in Congress. People are talking about next steps and various things that are going on. Ask a Poll caught up to Tim Burchett and asked him some questions about the next UFO hearing. Ask a Poll asked, you guys are going to be gone through July 4th, and then you come back and there's just a short legislative window before Congress's annual month-long August recess. Is the best hope for a second public UFO hearing in the fall. And Tim says something like that. Anna Polina Luna and I have been talking about it, trying to get a good date. So yeah, so hopefully we'll get another UFO hearing in the fall, hopefully actually in Congress and not a field hearing. I think it's going to have a lot more weight if it's actually in Congress. On the other hand, if it's, outside Lockheed Martin, demanding to be let in and saying this is an employee of Lockheed Martin that worked on this specific craft at that specific location, that could be interesting too. So, but I think it's going to hold a lot more weight if it's actually in Congress. Tim was also asked about Jason Sands. Have you ever heard of Jason Sands? No, I don't know him, Tim says. Whistleblower protection measure. Okay, so here's what's going on with whistleblower protections. It doesn't sound great. Are there conversations still happening about protections for whistleblowers? Yes, there has. But it's like moving a mountain for getting protections for whistleblowers. That's not good. The lawyers are on it. Why is a new act needed if there are already whistleblower protections on the books? Yeah, but no, Tim says. You're talking about dishonorable people that are going to do dishonorable things to honorable people that are coming forth with information. Locks and fences are only made to keep us honest people out. Yeah, like I say, not great. Would you want that as an amendment to this year's NDAA? I think something like that, but the lawyers are on it. I mean, they block that every time we try, so we'll try something with this. So there you go. They are trying to get whistleblower protections are in place, but it's like moving a mountain, and you have dishonorable people trying to do dishonorable things. to honorable people. Meanwhile, Danny Sheehan is talking about shooting down UFOs.
Do you think that there's any validity to the claim that, that let's say this UFO legacy group has been targeting UFOs to down them?
I do.
Right. And yeah, I guess that's part of the whole crash retrieval aspect.
Yeah, right. It's not exactly retrieval.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean some cases they say that crashed and or landed was a statement that I heard from both Dr. Eric Davis and David Grush.
Mm-hmm.
In the cases where the craft seemed to be completely intact.
That's right. Well, that is true. They're in possession of at least 2 craft that are completely intact and operational.
Operational. So we've got at least 2 craft that are operational. Very interesting. I think there's probably a lot more than that. And then we've got our own human-made craft, at least going by the research that I've had. Let me know what your research has led you to. He goes on to talk about the beings walking among us. He says that the people in the know take that seriously, but they won't talk about it. So, yeah, an interesting situation. We've got craft, there are beings walking among us, but getting any of this information out to the public is nigh to impossible. Enter David Grush and Lou Elizondo in these 40 whistleblowers, and I think we're going to make some progress over the next few years. So, fingers crossed, guys, fingers crossed. And, of course, something catastrophic could happen any day. By which, of course, I mean a mass UFO sighting or something like that. Meanwhile, Ronnie Vernon gives us an update on his progress in getting cameras and equipment set up in the Amazon to document the UFO flap currently happening there. He says, final road part in Amazon. Almost arriving to finally get the boat to the indigenous village and start the UAP watching during the 8 hours through the Gregorio River. So I can't wait to see what data he's able to collect about the UFOs currently visiting that part of the Amazon. Meanwhile, check this out.
So 2 weeks ago, I was off at we'll just say it was a retreat. You saw my photo there with Lou Elizondo and others. I was there for about 5 or 6 days, I think it was. And it was an honor to be there. And what I can tell you, I can't tell you a lot, certain things we couldn't talk about. But what I can tell you is I would say about 80% of the people that were there were from various 3-letter agencies in the government that either are currently working on the UAP issue or worked on the UAP issue under a former billet that they were filling. I was having in-depth conversations with people that were colonels, people that had or hold TSSCI clearance, multiple individuals that I think probably out of what the 80% or so that I said were there, I think I knew maybe 2. The rest of these folks were people I had never met, never heard of. Why? Because they're still in the government.
Okay, I'll let you watch the full thing at your leisure. But there you go, Matt Ford from the Good Trouble Show coordinating with what sounds like the pro-disclosure faction. I love it, guys. This is juicy. Good for you, Matt. This is awesome. I can't wait to see the fruits of all of this. This is just amazing, guys. I'm so jealous, but at the same time, so excited. So hats off to you, Matt. Way to go, brother. I can't wait to see what comes next. Meanwhile, does this trail cam footage capture Bigfoot? Yeah, that's from 2021. It's pretty good. I mean, I don't know. You never know. I mean, it's so easy to put on a big old bear suit, right, and walk through the forest in front of a trail cam. So, yeah, I'm not saying this is definitely Bigfoot, But it's interesting footage. Meanwhile, John Bell's videos from Real Florida UFO, well, he's gaining traction, guys. People are starting to talk about him. Here's Matt Long with a tweet about him, sharing one of his videos. Matt says, it's not the space station. Watch it change diameter. All right, let's give a watch for this awesome UFO video from John Bell at Real Florida UFO. Check it out. Yeah, look at the power up this UFO gives us. It's just going through the sky, and then all of a sudden, boom! Look at that, guys. I love it. It's something UFOs will do for watchers. I think they do it for watchers. I don't think they're just doing it organically, like as a part of their function of their ship. But yeah, look at these. Some of these other great captures. I mean, he's trying to get this one UFO to do something funky, and then another one comes along rolling through the sky. He has those streakers all the time. Yeah, and the power-ups and all sorts of great footage. And by the way, some of those streakers change direction. So yeah, not shooting stars or anything like that. Anyway, I love that John's stuff is getting out there into the world. That's awesome. Meanwhile, check out this crazy story from MSN. A Canadian couple made an out-of-this-world discovery when they spotted 4 UFOs glowing as bright as the sun above a local river. Justin Stevenson and his wife Daniel Stevenson were driving through Fort Alexander around 10 p.m. when they saw several mysterious orbs with yellow lights hovering above the Winnipeg River. Stevenson, 49, began shooting footage of the cosmically cool sight as he wondered aloud if he was witnessing an ET rendezvous. What the F is that? He could be heard saying in the footage. Yo, I think we're seeing some aliens. All right, here's pictures of what they were seeing, these giant sun-like orbs over the water. That is just some fantastic footage. Look at that. Yeah, you can see all 4 of them, like the sun coming out. That is just an incredible capture. I love it. I love it. The jaw-dropping footage shows 2 objects with sun-like lights flying south above the river's north shore before 2 more appear behind a cloud. Stevenson, a self-proclaimed skeptic of otherworldly life, says he's convinced the flying objects weren't from planet Earth. It felt like we were in a sci-fi movie. They were super bright, like a fire in the sky. I was skeptical before I saw this, but now this has given me the proof I need that there's something out there other than humans. Well, there definitely is, and welcome aboard the UFO train, my friend. I love that skeptics are being turned around by contact experiences, and I love that MSN is covering it. Even the BBC is getting in on the action. This is awesome, guys. UFOs, from psychology to air traffic. Are we closer than ever to an answer? And it goes through some stuff talking about psychology and maybe air traffic could be responsible, but it's taking a particular witness very seriously. Talking about one particular experiencer, David, the article says, for his part, David remains confident in his UFO sighting, saying it's not air traffic or something like that. Unless somebody can explain to me what type of aircraft was flying at that time that was 45 feet long, cigar-shaped, and silver, I have no explanation for it, he says, adding that believing in UFOs can sometimes be like you're banging your head against a brick wall against society. It's still being dismissed as nonsense, he says. And then, the article concludes with the Ministry of Defense's remarks saying that they've been studying it for 50 years and it's not a military threat to the UK. And that's all the Ministry of Defense is going to say about that. But there you go. So the BBC didn't, conclude the article was saying, this guy's crazy or silly. They only concluded with the Ministry of Defense's remarks about it not being a military threat. So I think this is a very encouraging stance for the BBC, and hopefully we'll get more pro-disclosure, more transparency, more UFOs are real articles from the BBC in the days to come. Last but not least, guys, this looks like a blast. Man, this is how you spend summer. Look at that. Oh, wow. Man, oh yeah, it keeps on going. It keeps on going. Oh man, now that is a hell of a day at the lake. I love it, man. That's awesome. Rock on, guys. All right, guys, if you've enjoyed this part of the video or any other parts of the video, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Give me a big thumbs up. I sure appreciate it. Smash the like button below. Visit the merch store. Become a channel member. There's plenty of other videos on the channel, and I will see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.